Here's the 45-lap feature lining up, but we had all kinds of problems with throttle cables and pull cords yanking out. It delayed the start quite a bit, about an hour. Randy Platt will start on the pole. His second race back from having several years off of the sport. On us online and is decided to rejoin, getting his own kart going as soon as he can. We'll have his own motor next week ready. AJ Nason is second, and his Betsy 35, George Russell, this time in the Galletta 6. Jeff Petro is back in the Galletta 9 that he finished strong with last week. Russ Hockey in his own Hockey 00, Chris Stevens in the Galletta 8, Matt Stevens in the Galletta 3, Jesse Vivlamore in the Galletta 0, Melissa Stevens in the Scissors and Fur number 19, Tim Galletta in the Galletta's number 7, Shadow Russell in the Doe Racing number 26, Rob Clark in the Galletta 0, and credited with last place is Russ Bartlett. He qualified. Button had to leave. Whoa! And that's what happened to AJ Nason. Here it is, AJ Nason hit the burn and just spun right out. George Russell dive bombs, gets a great restart and passes Randy Platt. Randy tried to slingshot him back, but it is so hard to get passes here. We can widen this track out. We have some more passing opportunities. We are just so close right now, and parts of the track are a little narrow. It makes for very competitive, close racing. Stevens is trying the low groove with his new header, which the legality of is being challenged. Now George Russell slowly pulling away from the group. Randy Platt holding a good groove, holding people back. Chris Stevens got put off the track by Matt on the very first lap. Almost put him in the woods there. Chris was pretty upset about it. George Russell and the Galletta's greenhouse number 6 pulling away. Randy Platt in the kart that George has been driving almost every week, the Galletta's greenhouse number 2. by Jesse. Jesse give him the high groove, and Chris got by him. At number 0, it doesn't have top end, but it certainly has low end, and it's very difficult to pass, even though its top speed isn't quite up to some of the other cars. Russell now going to get the lap flag, I believe. Hopefully he does not wreck up his father. Matt is trying a slingshot, but he tried it at the wrong time as Shadow Russell is right there. Shadow pulls in here, but almost takes out Jesse Biblamore in the process. Now Chris and Russ Hockey have both caught, or no, wait a minute. Chris caught up to the group and was able to get Russ Hockey. It took Chris a few laps to run down the leaders after he got by Jesse, who was falling off the pace. I'm not sure if it's because Jesse was rusty or the number 0 needs some work from all the abuse that MC put it through the last few weeks. One of the two, or maybe a combination of both. Matt again trying to slingshot low, but he's in trouble now because his brother Chris is caught up. Chris there giving him a little bit of a middle finger as revenge. There he is, he gave him the finger because Matt knocked him off the track almost completely into a tree. He barely had to slam on the brake to save it from hitting a tree. Chris was pretty upset about it. He does not like hitting trees. No one does. Ooh, Russ there got really loose high. Lost a lot of ground from that. He was right on their bumpers until that happened. That's how close we are. You get loose for 1 second, you lose a lot of ground. Previous winner club here, Melissa Stevens and Tim Galletta, stuck way in the back. They can't make up their ground there that they've lost here behind Jesse. Jesse not having a good race, that's for sure. He had a great classic until he retired early. Matt again trying to get underneath Chris, but there's just not enough room. Chris also is boxed in. The gate seems a little faster than all 3 cars in front of it. There's just no way to get around. That's when you would like some GPS scoring for each car. That would put precise measurements on every car. Russell holding a solid groove, pulling slightly away from Randy Platt. Jeff Petro, Chris Stevens, Matt Stevens, Russ Hodgson, Jesse Vidlamore, Melissa Stevens, and Tim Galletta falling off the pace. And same for Robert Clark and AJ Nason. AJ, who made quite a lot of good effort in his heat, able to get that win in the heat. He is actually, both of the heat winners right now are stuck way in the back. Melissa is stuck in the back, as is AJ. Again, Matt takes a stab down low as we're catching the backfield. Oh boy, and Russ gets Matt back because Matt tried that move. It's definitely a gamble when we're this close to take a pass attempt on someone. Matt's still bobbing and weaving around, and he gets Russ back. No, not almost. I guess they passed each other back and forth several times. He did get him there. Ooh, something went flying off the back end of the double O, I think. There's like a fiery spark the night vision picked up. Caution. Jeff Tetro, flat tire, and the chain come off. I believe the chain come off because he had a flat. I don't think it was the other way around. It was a good run for Tetro the last 2 weeks. He was running really strong in second place for the first 30-lapper last week, and this week he was in third place for most of the event. So he'll be picking up a lot of points for these races here. He's improving steadily. I remember him and Rob Clark come out the first time ever. They had fun, but they were really, really all over the place. They're really getting good now. Ooh, wow, Jesse takes a big stab low and stalls. He tried to gun it low and stalled out. The ghost of Rungnapha in the glass. AJ Nason with Blue Betsy, the hammered number 35. He'll have his plates all done up nicely for next week. Green flag for George Russell in the 6th. First time out in that car. Whoa! Wow!
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
What a wallop! What a wallop! AJ Nason. The swerve to avoid Jesse Vidlamore, who stalled again, and he walloped the tower. He just walloped it. Jeff Tetro helping out, putting the tires back up. A few of them got displaced. One of them's in the woods, I think. There it is. He lost it and slid backwards. That couldn't have helped his rib. AJ Nason is running with a broken rib. He broke his rib from his child-size seat that he has on that number 35. Oh, and Jesse stalled again, I believe. Must be a car, but I don't know. Could have been the carburetor died because of the wild rides that number 0 took with Michael MC Owl. He put that 0 through hell. Feast or famine is either winning or flipping. He might have taken over. George setting a very, very slow pace here. Now he's picking up for the green. Maybe that's how he was getting his good runs here. He's starting very slow and gassed it. You couldn't tell from his other angle. Must be the 6 has good takeoff, and he was catching Randy with an excellent start coming out of that turn. Chris trying to look over now without Jeff Petro blocking him. Have been consistently up front all year, but not getting close to getting a win. The competition is so stiff, the karts are so close, it is just hard to do, but they are rising in the points because every week they're up there in the top 5, battling it out. Pretty soon, if enough people win, Mission Met will be handicapped up in first and second. Now that would be crazy. That's only happens in Classic when we time trial. There isn't many more people that have to win. Ross Hockey hasn't won yet. Larry Phillips hasn't won yet, but he hasn't been driving. He's only driven once so far this year. Most of the drivers have gotten at least one win. Jeff Petro has not picked up a win, even though he's been consistent up in the front until he just broke. Boy, there Matt again trying to trap his brother Chris on Grant McClatt. Was a little bit slower. He seemed like he slowed up as the race went on. At number 2, I don't know, the head on it seems to want to start to leak. And once in a while it needs a head gasket replaced and it slows up randomly out of nowhere. Oh, and I believe that's another caution for Jesse. Okay, or was that someone else? Yep, that was it for Jesse. Jesse, I'm too sexy for pants and long sleeves. Should know better than we have a rule that you have to have full body coverage. If you fall off your car, that could be a nasty road rash with dirt, clay, and rocks all in it. It's happened to me once. Trust me, it's not fun. Had a scar there for 10 years before it finally faded away on my hip. Infection, had to go to the hospital, everything. Or the doctor, excuse me. George, back to the race, George Russell. Most of this race after his initial opening restart pass on Randy. He did an excellent pass too, because now he is able to command this whole race, picking up tons of points that he lost last week when he was unable to attend due to chest problems. We're hoping he's feeling better right now as he's 1 lap away from taking his first feature win. Here it is. We all know it. Matt's going to try a slingshot on the last lap, but Randy Platt bogged down. Chris was trapped behind him. Chris bumped him a little bit, and no, Chris was punching his steering wheel. Really miffed off about that one. He had third locked until Randy slowed up so much that Matt was able to trap Chris. It's just, he was F-bomb city. And here he is, your winner, George Russell. His first feature win, this time in the Galletta's Greenhouse number 6. Another kart that took a hell of a beating with MC behind the wheel. Every kart that MC drives is a mess. It once had brand new, beautiful number plate wings, and one race with MC, and they weren't beautiful anymore. Calls us a record.
There was 3 more to go.